Hello YouTube. I wanted to change up my format a little bit, so I'm going to show a PowerPoint this time. This automation, it involves four technologies: Canva, ChatGPT, Google Sheets, OpenRPA. All of these technologies are free. Canva is used to set up a template for how these videos are going to work. It sets up how many text boxes are on the screen, the timing for each text box, and that looks like this environment right here. So I will have one, two, three text boxes. I'm going to have a video playing in the background. I have a duration of how long the text stays on the screen. So this is how you set up, this is how I'm setting up Canva. By the way, all this was inspired by a video by Jamil. Thank you so much, Jamil. I will link to his video in the description. So this is Canva. The next thing to set up is ChatGPT, and ChatGPT has the ability to output tables. So you give it a specific prompt and you tell it to separate out the different values. I call hook the main topic, but you can call it whatever you want, and it will give you it in this environment, which is perfect because at that point, what you do is you go to Google Sheets and you copy and paste it into Google Sheets, and this is close to the finished product. It will have the main topic, your part one, part two, the background choice. So Canva has a bunch of different free and paid for background videos. And I use ChatGPT to sort of like fill in the blank of different ideas for that. And the file name, I use ChatGPT to make different file names. I'm not bothered by choosing a unique name. ChatGPT does it for me. And the last step in this train is to go to OpenRPA, and OpenRPA has the play button that sets all this up in motion. So here is the video of OpenRPA, and I'll cover what it's doing. So the first thing it's going to do, it's going to find Google Sheets. And then here it's where it's making its variables. It's trying to figure out how many rows it needs to complete. And there's a count feature in Google Sheets. So I do some arithmetic and I can figure out how many loops that I need to go to. The first thing it wants to do is it wants to set the background of the video. So it searched beach and it applied the background. It's setting the duration of the video, it's setting the text boxes, and it's navigating to download. And so I will apply the unique name. And what was a very hard challenge for this automation is that pop up, that save as value. Um, it pops up at a different time. It's uncontrollable when it appears. But the cool thing is my OpenRPA is dynamic to wait for that pop-up to come up, and it will not break the flow. For instance, when I first when you saw me first download the first file, it came up like immediately, and then this time around there's a loading bar right here, and I'm waiting for that to finish. And then once that gets close to finishing, then the save as pop-up comes up, and I can apply the file name. So um, pretty dynamic OpenRPA. I'm gonna wait for this thing to download, and then I want to show you the Google Sheets side of things. All right, so the save as came up eventually, and I did my name. So the Google Sheets side of these, and this is the video that I watched by Jamil. Link to this video at the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna have the background video prompt. This is the duration of each video. If I needed to make the videos longer, this is just 10 seconds for now. Here is the unique file names ChatGPT created for me. And then what OpenRPA is doing, it's keeping track of itself. So I will highlight this column, and then it says there's 11 rows in here, right here, down at the bottom lower right. And then what I also do is I count um, the amount complete. So I'm doing 3 minus 11, so that means I have to loop this 8 times, and it will fill out this sheet. And the end result is I'm going to have videos with all these different backgrounds and all these different texts created for me. That's a mess up right here. And I don't have to make the video myself. The OpenRPA is going to make the videos for me. And I can briefly go over OpenRPA. Very complex steps. It starts off by looking for Google Sheets. It's counting the rows. Um, I need to constantly click inside this little look whenever I'm counting and then I'm putting this to my clipboard. I have to click back here to like activate the screen again. That was a learning curve. Here's a pretty cool uh, VB.NET script that takes the content from my clipboard, which is a string, and I need to convert that to an integer, and then I need to subtract the integers from each other, and that's how I get a variable called extracted number. And I'm going back to Google Sheets. Here's where I'm doing my loop, and the loop number starts off at 0, so 0 should be less than the extracted number. So let's go to the next part of this journey. Second row is a whole other learning curve for me. So I needed to know when should I do Control Shift down, I meant Control down, or just hit the down arrow. Because if you hit Control down and you're in the last cell, you go all the way down to the bottom, which I didn't want that. So I had to do some soul searching to get the exact behavior I wanted for that. There's this method right here is null or white space, and this is a true and false statement. So if it's true, we're going to go to the second row, and if it's not true, then I know how to get to the last row and get to the space I need to get to. And here's where I'm making all my variables. See, and the file name. This is a pretty cool script for VB.NET is I take all the string variables and I put them into one string variable. Why am I doing that? Because I am running sub open RPAs inside of this master flow. And whenever I transition into the sub open RPAs, I can't transfer the variables. It doesn't work for me. It's like it's glitched out for me. So how I'm getting around that is I'm putting it into my clipboard, and when this like sub open RPA runs, I and that's the video background. I can reference what's in my clipboard right here, and I can extract the values because they're separated by the pipe symbol. And now I'm able to transfer the variables from different RPAs. I haven't been able to do that before, but just persistence, I was able to get it done. And then these subsections, there's two of them. One is for the video, and then one's for the words. So the video, it's about clicking the screen, and what I recommend is I made like a little. Hopefully, this video makes sense. But I made a little tool to help me figure out the position of the mouse, and that is with auto hotkeys. And there's something called mouse get position, and so I can demonstrate that for you. I can hit play, and then I'll hover my mouse, and a little pop-up comes up, and it tells me the cursor position. So I would copy that, and I would go to wherever I need to go to um so like here I needed to click the video, but I needed to click it off of certain coordinates, and so that's how I can get the exact coordinates of where things are. That's basically the video background, and the words is that I am moving the mouse and I'm clicking what I need to click on. After these two subroutines are complete, at that point I go to Google Sheets and I update the sheet. I update loop one, and that will control my loop, my while loop. When it gets to that exact extracted number, it stops the flow, and if that's when it's supposed to stop the flow. And I'll have all these downloaded, and I didn't have to do anything else. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.